had to break away from that crowd and found out how you holding up?
Oh, I'll be all right. Senator, we have a bit of a mess on our hands here.
Yes, indeed. Dorian summoned all of us for an extraordinary meeting at the hotel suite. I don't know what you did to get her back up, but that woman wants blood.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you're not telling me anything I don't know. Sit down, please. I'll tell you what I did. I'm standing in the way of her having complete control over Lord Enterprises, that's all.
Ah, you know...
We'll be right there. I want you to remember one thing. The only really bad thing that they could do to us, as far as I'm concerned, is if they took you away from me. And we both know that's not going to happen. Good luck.
Would anyone else like some coffee?
No, thank you. Viki will be right in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please, sit down. As chairperson of this board, I would like to make a suggestion. Since it is an extraordinary meeting...
It certainly is that.
I would like to suggest that we dispense with the ordinary business protocol.
I have no objection to that, but I do object to the presence of an interested party who is not a member of the board of directors.
You're talking about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buchanan is as much a target of these proceedings as I am. He also has vital information regarding the facts about the false story that was planted in the newspaper, and I think he has every right to stay.
I'll make that motion.
Seconded.
Hands, please. Thank you. Mr. Buchanan has been admitted to this meeting as an observer. Now, as you all know, the central argument of this meeting has already been distributed to certain members of the board at a private meeting that was called this morning by Mrs. Callison. So, she has already put her case in print. Therefore, I would like to speak to you for just a few moments, if I may. I think you all know that I was raised with the Banner. The newsroom was my playpen. The presses were probably the most magnificent toys any child could wish for. The reporters and the typesetters and the photographers were all my teachers and my playmates and my friends. But I could have slept on the press room floor and not have learned anything if it hadn't been for my father. Victor Lord taught me and everyone at the Banner the true meaning of integrity, of journalistic excellence, and of self-sacrifice for the community. If I had had the slightest notion that I was putting the Banner in peril through anything that I personally had done, believe me, I would have resigned immediately. But ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe that the paper is in peril. Inflammatory comments notwithstanding. What I do know, however, is that the paper has been placed in the middle of a family argument. I believe you all know the details. A fraudulent story was run in the newspaper without my knowledge and without Mr. Buchanan's knowledge. It was an act of sabotage, and it is being investigated. Now, revenues are down slightly because of the controversy, but I'm sure that is a trend that will be reversed. In fact, Clint and I have plans today to call all of our major advertisers and explain to them personally the situation. Finally, I have just two things to say. My father and I intend this paper to be a legacy of much more than just monetary value to this family. No one has worked any harder to make the Banner what it is today than I have, and no one will work any harder than I will in the future. I intend to pass this paper on to my sons intact. Secondly, since I am being called to account here today, I shall not vote in the proceedings of this board. Thank you.
Honey, I wish there was something I could do to make this waiting easier on you.
Oh, yeah, well, there isn't anything, is there? It's all in their hands now, and the longer they take, the worse I get. I don't know what's the matter with me.
You don't? Well, honey, I do. There's a bunch of people in the other room that are making a decision about something that's very important to your life.
Thank you.
For what? What'd I do? Now, if I had been smart enough to get my hands on the rest of those copies of that filthy article of Randy Pritchard, you'd have something to thank me for. But I didn't, and you don't.
No, you've done everything you possibly could. And you love me and you support me, and I don't ever want that to change.
You make it very easy to love you. Ah, Senator.
Excuse me, Clint. Viki? The board has reached... And yours.
Can't believe this. You mean the board actually...
Yes, the vote was 2-1. I voted for you, of course. Colonel Hutchison and Miss Peters, they voted to ask for your resignation.
And what about Dorian?
She abstained.
Well, Dorian always was a gracious winner.
Viki, you're still a member of the board. You could vote to ask for reconsideration of the motion, thereby making it a tie.
Well, wait a minute. A tie vote on any resolution under parliamentary law means that it fails, isn't that right?
Yeah, except for one thing. Dorian then could exercise her right to vote, thereby breaking the tie.
Well, I'm sorry, Senator, but I have no wish to give her that satisfaction.
I can't say that I blame you.
Frankly, I think that Viki was pretty much reconciled to this, weren't you, honey?
Yes.
You know, you're still a major stockholder in the Banner. It's not as though it's going bankrupt, Viki.
That depends entirely on who's running it, doesn't it?
Well, if you have any suggestion to make, I'd be glad to pass it on to that group in there.
At this point, I think any suggestion from me would be a kiss of death.
Viki and I are going out west. You see, we discussed this possibility. What options we had in case a vote went against us.
Yes, Clint still owns a newspaper out there in a small town in Arizona.
Wide open spaces, huh?
Fresh air, lots of room for us, for the kids.
And no board of directors.
Sounds as though you've made a firm decision.
Yes, we have.
Would you like to go in there and tell them?
No, I don't think so. Would you mind passing the word along, Senator?
All right, Viki, I'll just tell him you decided to step down. Effective when?
Immediately.
And if I might make a small suggestion, I think as acting managing editor, Elwood Briggs would be just fine until they can find someone else.
All right, I'll pass that word around. Viki, I'm so sorry it had to end this way.
Well, don't be. My chin is up, see?
You are every inch your father's daughter.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you could possibly say.
Clint, best of luck to you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you for fighting the good fight.
We tried.
So now we can start living again. And this time...
Clint, level with me. What'd the board say?
Well, Viki and I are both out of a job.
No. Dorian won this?
Yeah, you know, I just don't understand that woman's need to rip things apart. Between her and Asa, I'm beginning to feel there's not much future in this town for us.
Yeah, but you're not planning on leaving.
Well, Bo, I'll tell you, this might be the best thing that's happened to us. I've still got that paper in Arizona. Viki and I could have a real life there. The boys would love it.
Yeah, I know, but you can't just give up, Clint. I mean, why don't you just sue them for defamation of character? Or isn't there an arbitration board for this sort of thing?
No, not really. Besides, if we're going to break with the Banner, I'd rather it be a clean break. I don't think Viki could stand it any other way, and I know I couldn't.
No, Clint, but you're the one that's always telling me you got to fight for everything you believe in.
Bo, even if we won, that board would never leave us alone. Now, you know that.
Yeah, but you could outfox them.
I don't want us to live with people watching every move we make. second-guessing the newspaper into the ground. I mean, it's not worth it to me. I want room to breathe, Bo. And Viki and I both know we're not going to find it here.
I know. I can tell you're serious about this.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, well, what about Viki? I hope she's comfortable with it.
Well, believe it or not, she's finally beginning to feel that monkey crawl down off her back. You know, she's always felt that, the banner was a living reincarnation of her father. And I guess it took something momentous like this for her to realize that that's not true. Speaking of which...
Yeah, I think I know what you're getting
Is Delilah back?
Yeah, tonight, as a matter of fact.
Good.
Listen, you're not planning on moving out of here tomorrow, though, are you? You've got to be best man at my wedding.
All the turquoise in Arizona couldn't keep me from that. Hey, look at this. Aren't you supposed to take these fellas kite
out
flying?
here.
Huh?
You guys ready? Cleaned up? Okay, come on over here. It's a heavy commitment I got. All right.
Bo, if you can keep these guys covered, I'm going to go get myself some beef.
Okay, why don't you join us later on if you get a chance?
Sure will.
Okay. Who knows something about kite flying right here?
I do.
Do you? And?
I do.
Good. Because I'm in big trouble, I don't.
All right.
All right.
Take care.